Welcome back to Late Night. We're talking to Taylor Schilling. And last time you were here, it was promoting a horror film, Prodigy, and you were saying that you wanted to do a little... I think it was the last time. It was like February, not this February, the one before.
I'm excited about that, but frankly, I'm really distracted by this plant.
Are you having regret about it, or do you feel like it's stealing your focus?
I was actually thinking, should we put books? But every time I see someone doing a Zoom interview, I judge their entire life by what books are on display.
And would you say, on the whole, you're more impressed by a person or less impressed by a person after you see their books?
Boy, that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
50-50.
But how many people do you think we're seeing their actual bookshelf, and how many people do you think have curated it knowing they're going to be on TV?
I would say we're seeing probably 2% of people's real books.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're living through
I think everybody spent a lot of time thinking about what other people think their books.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we're acknowledging this, because that's really what I think of when I see these Zoom interviews.
Where I don't think anyone's watching this right now saying that's not Taylor's plant.
I know, I don't think so either.
I think it's very obvious that was there. Even if you weren't on TV today.
High school.
What's that?
Yeah. No, she's had that plan since high school. That's what I think about some of these books. You read that in 10th grade, friend.
And by the way, thank you, Tank, for sticking around. Although she doesn't. That's what I like about Tank. She knows when she should be on camera and when she shouldn't.
She's really strict right now. I'm sorry. We don't have to. She's supposed to go away. What, do you want to talk about the show?
I do. So this is was a horror.
I don't mean to just go completely wrong.
No, look, I get it. You're always about the plug. Everybody says that about Taylor. Always about the plug.
That's what they say.
ABP, always be plugging.
This shirt is really something, isn't it?
It's really good, and it's really holding its shape. I think when we first saw it, we were like...
That's what I'm impressed by, too, with all this kind of dog wrestling.
It is but the two things that are just remain perky throughout this whole interview are the shoulders of that shirt and Tank's ears.
I know, she's really here for it.
It's really nice because I feel like if they were, because I feel like she's remained interested in me throughout this entire interview.
She sure is. She's fascinated. She's in fact drooling. I wasn't going to mention that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if a dog expert will tell me that that's a sign of something. Maybe she just needs dinner. But,
yeah, well, maybe, do you ever, is it a case that, let me just try to game this out. Maybe every morning you watch my show while you're feeding her, and so now she's actually having a Pavlovian response to hearing my voice. She's like, is it time for breakfast again?
That was a good process that was good deduction.
Yeah.
Sherlock-y. Seth Sherlock. That was good. Maybe this is happening.
This is, come on, but to the show, I get it. I know you're frustrated. So this is a horror anthology, but it's not?
No, it is.
Oh, good.
It is. I'm just celebrating with you. Woo!
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away because obviously the clip doesn't quite show us where we're going. But there's a fair amount of makeup involved in this. Was that an entertaining part of that?
Let me tell you, there was a fair amount of makeup involved. And I had to do something that I was excited for because, in like a Transformers movie, or like an Avengers movie, there's a lot of makeup on one's face. And I was excited to experiment with that. But I learned on this job, Seth, that I have panic attacks when there's silicone on my face.
Oh, wow.
So I had to tap out, yeah. I was about to put a whole mask on, and it was a big day of makeup. And then I laid back in the chair, and I started to ask if they could make the nose holes bigger and the eyes holes bigger. And then the visual effects guy was just like, you know what? I'm going to call this. You need to leave. I'm not going to finish putting the makeup on your face.
How far into the process? Because I know sometimes that can take hours. How far into it did you tap out?
Well, we were like 15 minutes, and I had the rest of the day off from work because he wouldn't put it on my face. But I thought that was very charitable. He was kind of able to stand up for me in a way I wasn't necessarily able to stand up for myself.
Yeah, I imagine that he, over the years, probably has an expertise in knowing who can put up with something and who can't.
He knew.
That is. I mean, I think during going through COVID and hearing a sneeze that loud is hard. It's hard not to be very jarring.
I know.
And
it's
then you
uncomfortable.
immediately you index can dogs get COVID?
Yeah.
But God
The
bless
answer
you.
is no.
God
The
bless
answer
you,
is
Tank.
no. They absolutely can't get COVID. And also, I can't put on those things. I can't put makeup like that on my face. If there was anything I learned from Monsterland, it's that I cannot have silicone over my nose holes or my eyes. I can't do it. Also, I was trying to paint my nails before we started, and I didn't have time. I wanted to make sure I was completely unchipped for you. Seth, it's so nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you too, and I think that was really great that you did that because I feel like we were gonna hear a lot on social media after this interview about how chipped your nails were, and now I feel like you've covered your back.
I know. I mean, I feel like I did it the best I could between the narcolepsy and the state of public discourse in our country. I put on a shirt.
Yeah, I think you did great. I mean, I do think there are going to be some people that are a little bit disappointed you didn't nod out in the middle of this.
Yeah. Someday you'll see the picture I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll do that. I think that's.
And you're
I
gonna
think
be
off
grateful
air
that
is
we
probably the
did-
better way to do that. Congratulations on the show. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for being here. It is always
Thank you for
the best
having
to
me.
see you.
You're doing such a great
to
job.
finally
I love
meet
what
you,
you're
Tank.
doing right now. It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
And we'll see you soon.